both front wheels off, please.
Well, this is just another chapter of drama. This is car AAA Craig Lowndes in the garage with some pretty severe damage to the front right-hand side of that car. As a result, we've got a safety car out there. Now, it was contact with Russell Ingall. Car 39 is to the side of the circuit. This will tell us what happened. So Lowndes comes zeroing down here at turn 11 and smash.
Gee, that's an unusual one for Craig. I mean, he had huge pace. It's like he missed his brake marker or something. He's come rocketing down the inside, and that's a big hit for Russell, who was having a good run. Now, and Lowndes was one of the guys that had stopped on lap 5, so in strategy terms, he wasn't looking to... He went in there with huge pace compared to...
It's almost like he's had a jammed throttle or something. I mean, halfway down there, he just hit warp speed.
Yeah, well, he passed 2 cars in the braking area, didn't he?
He either had a failure, either throttle jam or a brake failure, or he just was blinded by another car and missed his braking reference. Some people are taking the opportunity, like James Courtney, who was in the group of 5 that we were talking about, to actually take fuel. So they're not going to play a gamble. But some of them are going to gamble for sure. And if you haven't come in now, you are playing the gamble, aren't you?
Yeah.
Get ready. Go, 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 go.
This is a very big punt. Very big risks applied to this strategy. Depends on how long the safety car is out for and when the restart commences, because at lap 21, there is no way you get home with a 75-litre fuel tank. So Courtney, a bold move. And this is how Lowndes is last. He's down the inside of Alex Davison, Dave Reynolds, and into the back.
You know what? I reckon he's been under the back of Alex. He's dived out because he's been fixated on just pulling the move, and he just has missed the depth of where he's at in the corner.
That's a really weird one, isn't it? That's a
very unusual
contact.
If it's a mistake, very unusual. We don't know. We'll get on top of it.
And if it was a mistake, I mean, I reckon he's picked it late because he knew that he was either going to T-bone Russell or go in there sideways. It looked to me as though he's flicked around that car to go in there sideways. Maybe try to soften the blow.
Well, I think what happens a little bit, Matt, is as you get closer to the accident, you're pressing the brakes so hard that it just starts to lock the rears. And when these cars lock the rears, both wheels are hooked together with a spool diff. They've got no differential like a normal road car. So it's like pulling the handbrake on.
Okay, guys, they're just pushing Craig Lowndes back out. They've replaced his steering arm. Right front steering arm was bent. I spoke to Jeremy Moore, his engineer, Jeremy Moore, sorry, and Jeremy said no mechanical issues, so it was just driver related. But they're fueling him up and he'll be back out in the tip.
He'll be very disappointed with himself, Larko, after a bad initial pit stop and the way that he was cued. Couldn't do anything about that, but he was also then not in a fuel consumption mode. He would have been good for speed later on, and a mistake has ultimately cost him very dearly. This is not normal Craig Lowndes' form.
To get all the points we can, the World Championship.
We're going to put a bit of diff oil in that one.
Now they're going to bring Holdsworth in this lap. So there's another bunch of people coming in. And this is weird. So they actually end up getting hurt, but by doing it late. But they're trying to get to a window. They're trying to get to a window.
And there'll be less penalty to do that now than there will be as a full race lap.
No doubt.
So it's still a pretty clever strategy. Richard Holway trying to get Lee Holdsworth in there. So as they come in, Jason Bright, Lee Holdsworth, Will Davison, Rick Kelly, and Greg Murphy all in the pit. There's Rick.
Holding. Nice and relax, Mickey. Easy.
Well, yeah, it works while they're still under the safety car because of the condensed field. But if it...
Down.
So...
Get that well nut out.
Yeah, Neil, to reinforce what we said earlier, I think this is quite clever because not only is the safety car travelling slow, it's a big lap, so you're nearly assured of your opportunity to catch it up again.
Well done. Well done, Will Davison. That was a very smart thing to do. He could have made contact with Jason Bright. He chose to just lift off the throttle and merge in behind in the traffic, and that will be a telling moment in the race for him.
There's another thing at play here, which I'll just wait till we get to the end of this replay. The rejoin from Will Davison. Oh, tippy, tippy, tippy toe. Another thing at play, we could be headed towards a time certain finish, so they may not make 43 laps. We'll still crunch those numbers and confirm that.
Now, Lee Holdsworth was just told they couldn't change the left-hand rear tyre on his car. So a genuine front runner, a genuine contender, has, after this stop, to get to the end of the race, got to use the same left-hand rear tyre. So he will be out of contention.
And I wonder, despite Team Vodafone doing a great job getting Craig Lowndes back out with those repairs affected, whether ultimately race control will deem a penalty. Barry Ryan, team manager there. So they're doing a little oil analysis on the run.
I think it's engine oil.
I think that's Ray Robbins. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It was a bit interesting to see the guys all trying to determine what sort of oil that was, because they know that the car's got an oil leak. They don't know whether it's coming from the gearbox, the diff, the engine.
No, we'll leave it, Jono. I don't know. Differs the cars up past Jono. It was well worth it though.
Now,
the car's pretty mashed.
By my
What
reckoning,
happens on the next set?
by my reckoning, Wincup's got to be in very shortly.
Pit this lap, no option. Pit this lap, no option.
Yeah.
Copy that.
Okay, so the numbers are pretty right then. So he pulled his fuel down.
There he is.
And he's got to come in, and yeah, no option.
Oh, that crossed the merge line then. He drove across the merge line. He wasn't in pit lane and drove across the merge line to get into pit lane.
Well, it makes you wonder if Winterbottom was reacting to what Whincup did.
Right, mate, got you there. So got you in for 4 tyres and a full tank of fuel.
Because Alex Davison went in.
Try and get some normality back into this and get you out of here safely.
Well, he chose to do it
Into the box for me, please.
really late.
No, but in neutral in the box, please. Neutral in the box, please.
Righto, let's see how they go this time around. It was heads down at FPR when they knew this was coming.
Wheels are on. Wheels are on.
Go to the first gear for me, please. Just waiting on fuel now. Just got the FPR are leaving now. I'm going to have to hold you, mate. You're going to have to merge behind them. Merge it behind. Winterbottom. All right in there, brother. Nice work.
So they stopped on the same lap before.
Yes. Yep. So they're tied on strategy at the moment.
That's right. But they've used more fuel because they've definitely had to fill for longer there.
Yeah. You mean Vodafone?
Yeah.
Vodafone. Well, because he had to race harder earlier to round up everybody, if you recall.
And he did have to use up a bit to try and get that position back.
Now, this is what you speculated on before, Mark, about crossing the merge line.
So Whincup went in fine, and you watch Mark Winterbottom. He made a late dive. Watch this. He'll make a late dive there. There it goes.
I don't think you can do that.
You can't do that. If he's crossed the merge line to get in, you've got to be in the lane.
And the reason there's concern about that is that you can chop over the nose of a car underneath.
It's already in the lane. Yeah. Exactly. The rule is for safety that if you're in the lane, you can't come across. So at that stage, Mark Winterbottom made a very late call because the leader did it.
He was probably called. Yeah. He was probably called from the bunker.
On the train. On the train, Dodo.
And it was a bit of a late call anyway for Jamie Whincup to come in. It was no option. Come in now.
Scafie's dived on the rule here. Read it out.
So exiting and entering the pit lane, and in part A of the rule, a car must be wholly within the fast lane when exiting or entering the pit lane. So there'll be some nervous faces in that camp down there.
They'll be hoping that race control were looking out the other window when that happens.
And not only that, guys, you see guys in that picture there in the FPR camp, it was explicitly clear at the team manager's briefing the other day. We're all there about the white line. Tim couldn't have made it clearer.
Now the lights are out on the Petter's safety car. So all those that have left that stop until the last possible moment have got away with it with the condensed field.